And we don't have anything to see here. This is a site I don't think I've ever called cnsnews.com, but they're making a point that old Snip can't refuse my followers, my subscribers. You know, got to tell you what the hell's going on in this country. Again, cryptos, which by the way, right now, man, crypto's looking good. Crypto's looking good. And we're back over 270 billion market cap, son. Bitcoin, 8,668. My woo-woo friend was just telling me get ready for a blast off, and then it happened today. Ethereum up, Ripple up, Litecoin up, Bitcoin Cash up. EOS, I'm talking 5% some of these coins. And it just started a little earlier. What else we got? There's quite a few in the green. A little lower numbers, 4%, 3%, 1 point something percent. A few in the red. I do see a few in the red. Barely though, not nothing crazy. But again, the market cap itself, we are pushing 272. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. It changed. $273.4 billion. Bitcoin dominance, 56.3. 56.3. Now we're sharing the same dream. We all want to get a Tesla. No more driving for fun. Now, in case you missed it, I'll say it again. The video the other day, I put a little money on the sidelines early 2019. A certain amount of cash. And said when this thing multiplies a few times, I'm going to buy my Tesla. It'll be a used one. I'm not going to get a new one. It's too much money. But I'm going to get that damn thing. I've been waiting on this for 2 years. And boy, are we getting close, if I don't mind saying so. This is going to be freaking great. In the video title, it's going to be something along these lines. I just bought a such and such $1,000 Tesla for $10,000. People might think at first it's clickbait, man. It's clickbait. No, hear me out, everybody. Including people who aren't into cryptos, just searching the internet. Oh, Tesla. How the hell the guy go to buy a wrecked car? How do you get a Tesla? What the? I turned 10K into multiples, playing the low. Again, just set some aside. I wasn't going to trade it. I just picked a few coins that I thought was going to do pretty good. Sat on it. While I did simultaneously trade some stuff and did well on that too. But I wasn't willing to risk this. This was just my little nest egg Tesla fund, if you will. And I want to say that because once again, cryptos are going to change people's lives. They're going to make things get easier for you. You're going to get out of debt easier. And once you're out of debt, you can buy a few things if you want. You have a little bucket list, like I had a little bucket list. That's what I'm talking about, man. Cryptos, baby. And having said that, let me tell you a little story here of why I'm so heavy into crypto. Federal spending tops $3 trillion through May for the first time ever. Remember when we used to use the word billion? Oh, billions. That was a huge money. Billions. Oh. They throw around the word trillion now like it was billions a few years ago. And back when billions were millions. Yes, but this is freaking trillions. Imagine having $1 trillion in your possession. Do you know what one human being could do with that money? You could buy up all the crap you want. Yeah, get it out of your system. Buy all the best of everything. Helicopters, airplanes, jets, your own freaking Air Force. Go ahead. And just use a sliver of that money to do some very positive stuff for the world. You would still have a ton of money left over. That's what $1 trillion could do. And federal spending just topped $3 trillion through May for the first time ever. Yeah, but Donald Trump's in charge. He's the one doing it. Yeah. He's going to ride that horse until it dies. It was going to die anyways. Like I've always said, it didn't matter if Obama was there, Papa Bush, Junior Bush, Clinton, it doesn't matter. That debt will continue climbing no matter who's in charge. It will not and cannot be paid off. There's no way of doing it unless we print more money. But when we print money, we have to print bonds and we have to pay interest on the bonds. So I have a question. Talking about, are you sure we can't pay that off? Oh, here's a way to pay it off. Go negative interest rates. Negative interest rates on those bonds. You might be able to pay it off that way, but who the hell's going to buy them? You know what I mean? Nobody. But then again, the Federal Reserve steps in when it needs to and just buys it itself. So it could be dealt with. But again, Donald Trump is going to ride that horse until it dies. Deficit hits $738 billion by Terrence P. Jeffrey. Oh, is that like Buford T. Justice? For the first time in the history of the United States, the federal government has spent more than $3 trillion in the first 8 months of the fiscal year, according to the monthly Treasury statement released today, which they link to if you would like to look at it. The record $3+ trillion that the federal government spent in October through May. Let's go there. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 7 months. $3 trillion spent in 7 months. Ooh. Deficit anyways. Well, added to it. What else we got here? It was $181 billion more than the previous record, by the way, of $2.8 trillion in constant May 2019 dollars that the federal government spent in October through May of fiscal 2009. Total federal tax revenues in the first 8 months of fiscal 2019 hit $2.27 trillion, which fell $5.6 billion short of the record $2.28 trillion. Again, in constant May 2019 dollars, that the Treasury collected in total tax revenues in the first 8 months of fiscal 2016. Even with the second highest tax revenues ever collected in the first 8 months of the fiscal year, the federal government still ran a deficit for those 8 months of $738 billion, $750 billion. No, in case you didn't know that math, I'll throw that out there for you. Table 3 of the monthly Treasury statement, which summarizes federal receipts and outlays for the current fiscal year to date, indicated that the Department of Health and Human Services cost the most money, accounting for $838 billion in federal spending in the first 8 months of the fiscal year. The the Social Security Administration cost the second most. I guess it was second anyways, accounting for $730 billion in federal spending during the peak. The Department of Defense was third for $439 billion. You know, got defense, man. Iran, man, they attacked a boat, man. They did it. We saw it. We just trust us, man. They did it. What about the Gulf of Tonkin incident? What about the Lusitania sinking? We were told that there was a passenger ship that got sunk because you know, the bad guys did it. And then I saw National Geographic magazine where they said they dove there, and they actually did find munitions on board of this sunken ship with a depth charge unexploded on top of the deck. And it's a British-style depth charge, as if the ally friend of ours went over there and tried to mess with the evidence. Get rid of that. Which means our enemy at the time said, no, Germany, you guys have munitions on board. We got wind of that. You send that ship over here, and that's fair game. Oh, no, it's a passenger ship. Guess what? Fact. It had munitions on board. Oh, well, you know. So forgive me if I don't believe everything I hear or see on TV. Where were we now? The combined $1.5 trillion of the federal government spent on home, what was it? Health and Human Services, healthcare, whatever, and the Social Security Administration during the first 8 months of the fiscal year equaled 51.9% of the record total of $3 trillion in federal spending during that period. The combined $1.56 trillion spent on HHS and Social Security was 3.56 times as much as the $439 defense bill. What else we got? That actually is the end of this. So, when you hear these numbers, again, my biggest beef, and it's big, it's a problem. Why in the F are we paying taxes on any damn thing? Why are we paying fees? Driver's license fee, fishing fee, hunting license fee, all these fees. Social Security, got to pay into that. Income tax, got to pay into that, including state, if you live in a state that has it too. Like, if we're only getting more in debt and the government just prints more money, oh, we'll deal with it, no problem, we'll just print more money. You little bastards need to print more money for all of us. Print the money you need to get shit done without taking it out of my damn pocket. And my colleagues, you guys have my colleagues on the other side of the aisle say, no, my colleagues are the American people. So myself and my colleagues request that you stop stealing our money from us and pay these effing bills yourself, because you're doing it anyways by printing all this money. Why are we paying anything into this? This is a sinking ship. No, keep patching it, keep patching it. Well, I'm patching this little hole, but there's a massive gaping hole over here, Papa. Or excuse me, not Papa, Capitan. Capitan, there's a huge gaping hole over here, and you want us to patch these? With my own, I gotta pay for the bill, gotta buy the patches, gotta pay for the labor to weld the hole, weld the patch in there or whatever. And we're doing that, but we're patching 1-inch hole here, 2-inch, oh, there's a 5-inch hole there. And there's a 10-foot hole over here that no one seems to be patching at all. Matter of fact, I was just here yesterday and it was only 9 feet. And a few days before that it was 8 feet. It's now 10. Why are we paying our own money to fix this sinking ship that can't be righted? It's going to sink, right? You follow me? That's why I get upset about this. Taxation is theft. That's the bottom line. And this should scare you. When you think of these, how is this going to get dealt with? Does this just go away? Does Donald Trump get to flick a magic wand? Oh, it's gone. That's gone. I mean, what happens with this? We have ideas. Well, that could happen. We've seen this in the past. We've seen history. Okay. But pardon me if I want to throw some of my own damn money into cryptocurrencies and hope for a little Hail Mary, which we've already experienced before, 2017, December and January of 2018. Holy crap, it was awesome. And here we are again, $272 billion market cap. As I sit here and talk to you right now, which I think is the high of this year. I'm going to take a look, just because I can. Okay. I know we may have breached it, but it was close. Let's see. I know we were in the 270s not too long ago. All time, we got a little peak here back on, what day is this? We have a peak back on May something or another. Here, let's see. Okay, trying to stretch it, and I get an effing ad click on accident. Let's try that again. 1 year. No, let's go to 3 months. April, May, June. Okay, so we had a peak here. 280. We did get to 280. We got to 280 billion. One quick little pump up got it there. And now we're at 273. Okay, so bottom line is we're back there. And I think things are going to get really, 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 really good in the not too distant future. And then really, 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 really good later on. How do I know? Because my woo-woo friend said so, okay? That's all you need to know, son. No, but seriously, they're not the only people saying that. And I do believe it's fixing to happen. It is going to go down, my friends. Get ready for the crypto cruise. Get ready to buy your effing Tesla, your Lambo, your whatever the hell you've been waiting on. It's coming, okay? You want to join JSNIP and the flight crew, Litecoin flight crew? Get you a little 2-seater trike wing, whatever they're called, light sport aircraft. And we're going to do some flybys. We're going to do some, like on Top Gun, we're going to do the little tower flyby over some jabroni's house, some little crypto hater's house. Should have gotten that crypto, son. Could have joined the Litecoin flight crew. Get on out of here. Take care.